Alright, let's get to this. So I'm sure by the title you guys have already realized that this is my number 9. And I know there's a lot concerning this game, but just bear with me. I will leave a lot of that towards the end of this series. There is a laundry list. I may even talk about it mid-level. But this game was requested by a viewer, and I've played this before on April Fools, so I decided let's just do the entire game this time around. Let's just do the entire game this time around. I'm going to delete this file because there's really nothing on it to begin with. Just one ability, so. Go normal. But I will give you guys who may decide not to watch the entire series. I do enjoy playing this game. I hate the politics around it. I was there for it. I was part of the forums, or at least I kept abreast of the forums. I didn't normally respond a lot because it seemed like most of the ideas coming out of the forum were people wanted to be more like Mega Man. And I wasn't about that, so it was becoming an echo chamber. I almost got kicked out the forums. So I decided, let me just lay low. This might be a good idea later on. I may want to be able to go back to the forums to talk about this at a later time. So I just decided to keep my mouth shut and let the forum become what it was, along with the game.
Professor! Back and functioning normally, it would appear. What on earth has happened? It's chaos everywhere. Well, we won't figure it out here. We must make for the laboratory, and quickly. Beck, you forge ahead and clear a secure path. I'll follow and monitor your progress. Yes, sir.
Oh, I lost all my abilities. Never mind. I like the ability to hold on to the ledges.
Once again, the president has declared a countrywide state of emergency. This based on reports of haywire robots.
You may not be able to wall jump, but at least you can hold on to ledges.
I'm being told we have a comment from Gregory Graham, CEO of Cherry Dynamics. Cherry Dyne, of course, being the world's leading robot manufacturer. Let's go there now, live.
Attention! Attention! Is this thing on? My fellow Americans.
Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Accidentally muted the entire game just now. My bad. Tried to mute my mic.
We at Cherry Dyne are doing all we can to help fix the situation. It's Blackwell. Hello, is this thing on?
Avi?
And now let's go live to our eye in the sky Ozzy for today's Ozzy News Traffic Report. Thanks, Ozzy. As you can see, we've got a few accidents eastbound on, well, everywhere!
Mighty number 6! What does he think he's doing? Unless... could he be malfunctioning too?
Can't believe it's been an entire year since I played this.
Uh-oh. A security bot. And it's out of control, unlike all the others. Beck, there's no other way. You'll need to fight your way through. You can handle this. I know you can. Professor, I'll do it. Beck, did you just...
And now we have our main ability.
of a weakened robot and my goodness, assimilate them? Of course, I designed him with that capability, but I hadn't thought it functional yet. Why now?
There we go. Looking for these buttons.
I needed them. That's more like it. That's more like it. Dr. Sanda's calling. Sanda, what's the matter?
What's the matter? What the bleeding heck do you think's the matter? Are you okay, Will?
Oh, fine. Fine. More or less. And yourself?
Less than fine. Much less. These robots gone wild are tearing the place apart. I've sealed myself in the lab. Who knows how long before they break through?
Understood. We're already on our way. You try to hold them off as best you can. Bring it on. That's what. Bring it on. Beck, we've no time to waste. Calculate the fastest possible route to the lab. Here we go.
I'm gonna tell you one thing, I can't do a damageless run of any Mega Man unless it's Mega Man 2. And it's been years since I've done something like that.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Right. The lab is just ahead. Sanda. Sanda, are you still there? Have the robots torn you to pieces?
Criminy! Tactful as always, William. I'm here, but for Pete's sake, hurry!
What was that? A demolition unit. How on earth did it manage to get down there? Back, quickly. You must stop it before it destroys the entire laboratory.
Yeah, let me just play the Mega Man games until that happens. Let me just sit down and play this one game until that happens. I could do that, but I choose not to.
Come on! Snap out of it! Now!
Mission clear.
And I also enjoy the scoring system of this game. They haven't done a scoring system like this,
Sanda, are you alright?
since
Will,
the X
back.
games, I
Thank
guess?
goodness.
Mega Man 1
where are the
has
other
scoring
mighty
system.
numbers?
The X games
Based on
kinda have
medical
one.
evidence, I believe they might be suffering from this robot affliction that's going around.
Crikey! It's like every bot in America.
And Zero also has a scoring system as well.
Contact my brother at the head office in Tokyo.
And I guess the Battle Network
Maybe
in
he
Star
send
Force
help.
games, but that's totally different.
I'm sorry, Soichiro. Please
I have everything.
understand. The Japanese government won't let us intervene until we know the cause
I was
of the malfunctions.
I was a kickstart
I
backer.
was afraid of that, but it makes sense. After all, any robots you send to help could be affected as well, making things even worse.
Just to confirm, Mr. Sanda, if we can isolate the cause of the robot rampage, we'll send aid?
Absolutely, Professor White. Anything we can do. Did you have a plan in mind?
Yes. We'll send Beck to track down all his fellow mighty numbers. Great idea! Wait, what? His assimilation ability should filter any irregularities from his siblings' programming. If we can gather and study multiple samples, perhaps we can isolate the cause.
I don't know if I'm doing the whole game tonight,
It's a long shot,
but I will be
it's
playing
our
the
hope.
entire game.
The fate of the entire
This will be a
country hangs in
playthrough.
the balance. I'll finish reactivating Cole so she can provide
And
support.
I will also
Let's
be
get to it.
playing the Ray story mode as well.
Professor, Not to worry, Beck. This is well within your capabilities.
There is about 2 or 3 stages that do give me trouble, if I recall.
Go ahead and choose your next target.
Attention.
By the way, is the game loud enough for you?
Quality and volume settings. These cannot be.
But I'll do that later.
Adjust. New tips are added as the game progresses.
All right.
Yeah, they're called Beck and Call. Alright. So I normally do this stage first.
Mighty Number 5 Battalion has fled to this abandoned military installation. Purpose unknown.
I didn't vote for this design. I didn't want this design at all. And I guess she looks that way because she is
You all set?
she's not as words. She's not as advanced as the other robots are in this world. She's above the mechs that I destroyed, but below
What is
Beck
this place?
and the other numbers.
Military base they shut down years ago. It should be all but empty inside.
Beck, I'm reading multiple robot signatures ahead. Proceed with caution.
Here we go. Here we go.
What in the Sam Hill? Those are clearly military bots.
It should have been scrapped as part of the disarmament. Was that all a government ruse? Then that means that Bat... Here we... That's more like it. That's more like it. Here. That's more like it.
Crap. Oh, I should have waited a little bit longer. And I also forgot to do his downward shot. I could have prevented that.
That's more like it.
How do you get better points on the kills? I'll show you. So you see how long this has taken me?
That's more like it.
And you see how I went to 10%? Depending on how fast I am, I get a 100% or 30%. That was 80% there. That was 60. So depending on how long I wait, it'll mess up the score.
That's more like it. That's more like it.
And if I hit things in unison, I get a combo.
The doors! I'm trapped!
Is that theory? Was Private Dick? A robot soldier does
And that's where you hear like good and great.
A robot soldier does not feel pain. Now fight
Like
off
this.
like you got guns. Heck, we're
That was a
working
3
on
hit.
unsealing those doors. Try to hold on.
That's more like it. Here we go.
You get a combo depending on if you can get your entire dash to absorb the enemies. If I stop my dash for any reason, it stops the combo. If I do a short dash, I won't be able to do a full combo.
Here we go.
So I wish they did more of this, where there are just enemies like in the foreground, kind of like Klonoa back in the day, where they just attack you. I'm sorry, background. I'm not going to even bother. Taking way too much time.
That's more like it.
Alright. There we go.
That's here we go.
Oh well, I give up. I used to be able to do it. Just gonna have to do that instead. Maybe a specific ability I need to use. Not sure. Alright.
Amazing!
Here we go.
You got guts, maggot. I'll give you that. But you're too late. Attention all
Oh, and don't quote me on this. If you are dashing into an enemy
dogs.
and you get hit, you take double damage.
Beth, I'm picking up large clusters of robots headed toward the city from your location.
Fucking tarnation! Is he trying to start a war? Heck, you gotta hurry!
That's more like it. Here we go. That's more like it. That's more like it.
Ah, I didn't get the full thing. Crap. Alright. Well, that'll have to do.
So, maggot, you crawled all the way here. What is your major malfunction, Private Beck? Why would you try and stop this glorious war? Fighting is in our programming. It's in our circuits. It's what we were made for. Battle is our destiny! Suppressing fire! Suppressing fire! Air support! You'll have to do better than that! Lock on! Covering fire! Death from above! Covering fire! Lock on! You'll have to do better than that! Ready?
Alright. Gotta time this one.
War machine! A tool of senseless destruction!
No, Bat! I'm not like you! I'd never fight without good reason!
Yours is not why.
Crap. Totally forgot it explodes multiple times. Yeah, I miss this. I enjoy that they used the idea from like Mega Man X and also Mega Man Powered Up of having the bosses talk to you. But it's all plot related stuff, it's not just stuff deal with the attacks all the time. Maverick Hunter X also did it as well, and I really enjoyed that game for it. Especially when you go back to the levels and they have something else to say.
No, Bat! I'm not like you! I'd never fight without good reason!
Yours not why.
Come on! Snap out of it! Now!
I hope Mega Man 12 takes that idea from their previous games. They're Powered Up in Maverick Hunter X, where the bosses actually talk to you, have battle lines, but also have stuff pertaining to the story. And just give them more personality. Because they've done it before. But they did do that with 11, unfortunately. So, reselection, Battalion get. So, that's great.
Jiminy! Atta boy back!
Honestly, I don't use the abilities as much as I should. And I have that issue with a lot of platformers.
This is only the beginning.
I just stick with the basic
Please
abilities.
transfer Beck's assimilated cell data
So I'm gonna
onto my
try
terminal.
to use them a
I
bit
wanna
more in
begin
this
my
playthrough.
analysis and see if I can isolate the root of the malfunction.
Right away, Professor White.
Incidentally, Sonda, I caught a bit of news on the way here. The president of Cherry Dynamics was insisting the source of the incident is Dr. Blackwell.
What? Poppycock! Blackwell is a genius, but he couldn't possibly be behind this.
You must admit, there are similarities to his last plot to shut down every robot in America.
You mean how they both originated at the Battle Coliseum? But he was caught and arrested. Even Blackwell isn't clever enough to pull this off from inside a maximum security prison.
Indeed. I wonder why Mr. Graham seems so certain. Well, enough of that. There's data to sift through. Sonda, can you continue assisting Beck?
Absolutely. Let me know as soon as you discover anything. Go ahead and choose your next target.
Alright, who is next? I'm just gonna leave that last one alone. That's for later. What are these two? Guess the Waterworks Bureau.
You all set?
System ready? Go!
What's this? The main entrance is frozen shut!
Back. Proceed east. I've located an alternate route into the waterworks via the reservoir.
So here we have what might be my favorite song of the game. You can't really hear it past the water effects.
Careful, Beck. Contact with any of that malfunctioning purification equipment could be fatal.
Sprinter!
That's more like it.
Crap. I forgot that. Kinda forgot that exists there.
That's more like it.
Alright, here's when it's gonna start lagging.
It's not just the entrance. The entire place is like one giant ice rink.
I know people have shown up this point a couple of times.
Careful, Beck. You know how she loves her pranks. That's more
The
like
game has gotten ridiculed for it more than once. But it's probably the extent of it. The rest of the stage is fine. Yep. It's for some reason that particular part of the stage is just unoptimized.
That's more.
Okay, let's try this again.
Not my favorite boss, just like the song.
Point clear.
Alright. Speaking of abilities, I gotta use these abilities. As soon as I feel more comfortable with this. Cause that probably could have saved me some trouble. Especially this ability, which is... how to activate? There we go. So I can put down sentry turrets.
Good.
That's the end of the level. Really short one.
Cryo!
You just refuse to chill out, don't you, Runt? Well, I'm sure it's nothing a little cold shower won't cure.
Fine plan.
Really stop getting frozen by that. Need to remember I have to press X as well.
Not bad, Runt. Now that we've broken the ice, time to give you the cold shoulder.
Yeah. I'm gonna cut my losses. If I die, I die. I die. I already have an absurd amount of lives anyway, so what's even the point?
Cry!
Hold on, hold on! Hold on!
Fine plan!
Not bad, Run. Now that we've broken the ice, time to give you the cold shoulder.
And this is why I don't use abilities. Because there's not even a fight.
Back. Phew. Am ice glad to see you.
Mission clear!
Also, enough of the ice puns, please. A little too much of the ice puns.
What should we tackle next?
It's not about doing damage. It's the fact that everyone's weakness kind of works in the same way that they would in Mega Man 8, Mega Man 7, Mega Man X1. Where that the moment you use their weakness on them, something about them changes. So, oh, the ice pillars, if I destroy all the ice pillars at once, she topples over. That gives me more than enough time to actually hit her. So, I didn't bother using the actual weakness weapon on them because that all I needed from it was to just get the window of opportunity. I didn't need it necessarily for damage purposes.
You all set then?
Her.
System ready? Go!
A fire-wielding robot running wild at an oil refinery. I don't like the look of this at all.
Not exactly ideal conditions, I'll grant you that. Quickly now, back. Locate Mighty
Come
Number
on.
1.
I also did like this song as well, but mostly the chiptune version.
That's more like
Yeah?
bring it. That's more like here we go. Bring it. Here we go. Bring it on.
I'll take that life.
Pyro.
The world must burn!
Pyro, wait!
Warning. Multiple incoming robots detected.
What? Where? It's confirmed. Pyro has gone rogue as well. Beck, you must hurry. Here we go. I needed that. Bring it on.
No damage or pierce.
We clear.
My, did you see all those bots? And such power! These designs of yours are something else, Will.
Yes, well, under the circumstances, that hardly feels like a compliment.
Crap. Really? Couldn't grab the ledge. The X game, I could actually just save myself, but I kind of like how that's more of a classic element.
Bring it on.
Grab the ledge, please. That was something.
Heat has compromised the integrity of nearby structures. Please proceed with caution.
Got it, call.
Heat has compromised the integrity of nearby structures. Please proceed with caution.
I should have kept moving. Should have kept moving.
Heat has compromised the integrity of nearby structures. Please proceed with caution.
Sprinter.
Pyro! Finally!
That's fine. I enjoy parts of the stage, and that being like a change up on the way. Hey, this thing is going to kill you. Like the walls are going to kill you. That's nice.
Pyro crash, and you burn.
Did do that at the time.
Light blade.
Alright. Now I remember. Now I remember.
Here it comes. Light blade.
I got lucky that time.
I don't want to fight you, Pyro! Please, snap out of it! It's no use, Beck. He's too far gone.
Like a moth
AoE killed me. Well, that's fine. Oh, and I don't believe that Cryo's ability is his weakness.
Bring it on.
I'm pretty sure it's the helicopter maybe.
Pyro, finally.
I am not his ninth attempt at a robot.
I don't want to fight you, Pyro. Please, snap out of it. It's no use, Beck. He's too far gone.
I'm simply his ninth machine.
Stop him by force.
Dead yet?
Come on. Snap out of it. Now.
Beck, is that you?
Mission clear.
Basically, they're Coliseum combat robots, and they're supposed to be part of a team unit. I was actually his worst, but in some ways his best, because Beck is supposed to be like the special one, but Beck is a coward, so he doesn't like to fight.
Oh, blast. I see no pattern whatsoever.
Like he's not like
Tyson's name is
he's not
behind
courageous like Classic, and he's not a pacifist because he wants to stop all the fighting. He's just a coward.
Sonda, has Cole been functioning normally this entire time?
Well, she was shut down for a firmware update when everything went all screwy. It seems like any bots that were powered off at the moment this all started are fine.
Shut down, you say? Wait. No, it couldn't be. Or could it be?
You got a theory,
If
Will?
anything, I'm his
Does it
second
also
attempt,
explain why Beck wasn't affected?
or rather, I guess maybe his third attempt at a robot specifically like Beck.
Yes, just a moment. Let's continue this later, Will, and no trailing off into a next time.
I do have the DLC power, I just don't use it.
What should we tackle next?
It's more of a Kickstarter power, it's not really DLC, because you can't buy it and get it. Who were the other two? Ray and someone else. Where to go next? I did the first two. I'm gonna have to get to this level anyway, I might as well. Oh, I should actually get this explained.
Mighty number 3, Dynatron, was spotted at this facility. We suspect she may attempt to siphon its power.
You all set then?
What if there's a way I could speed up the text? Probably. Don't remember the text being that slow.
System ready? Go!
And this is the theme I hate the most. And also the stage I hate the most.
What happened to the lights? I'm scared. Mommy!
Relax, Dr. Sanda. It's a temporary blackout caused by the erratic power supply. It may also trigger irregularities in other robots on site. Proceed with due caution, Beck.
I needed that. Here we go. Bring it on. That's more like it. Here we go. Here we go. Bring it on. That's more like it. Bring it on. That's more like it. Bring. That's more like it. Here we go. That's more like it.
Zonda, get a hold of yourself. What are you... I see. He's locked inside. Beck, destroy all robots in the area. You'll need their energy to unlock the door.
That's more like it. That's more. Here we go. Bring it. That's more like it. Here we go. Here we go.
Hey, googly moogly! Look at the size of those turbines! Careful you don't get
Alright,
sucked in, Beck.
here's the part everyone hates the most of this level.
That's more like it. That's more like it.
Wait, do I have piercing shots?
That's more like it. Hurry up. That's more like it. That's more. Hurry up. That's more like it.
Okay, so there's not a lot of leeway on that. This is where a lot of runs just stop for some people. A lot of speed runs stop as well.
That's more like it. That's more.
Sprinter!
But it's a lot easier if you just keep moving forward.
That's
Good!
bring it on.
I just have a timing.
I mean, it's a good thing I'm not afraid of the dark. At all.
Silence! How am I supposed to enjoy my meal with you screaming in my ear?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I just
want to take it from me? Well, we'll just see about that. See how well you can act. There's no escape. Now then. See how you like this. My powers. We'll do it. What's this? Annoying little mosquito. Time to meet the big bug zapper in the sky. What's this? See how well you can act. There's no escape. There's no escape. Now then.
Come on! Snap out of it! Now!
Feel the hate. I don't have too much hate for the game itself. What I have hate for is the politics behind the game.
Mission clear.
If anything, I'm disappointed in the game, and I'm disappointed in the people that made it, and also disappointed in the community as well, to some degree. But that's a topic for another time.
What?
I don't necessarily hate the community, I was just disagreeable with some of the suggestions and actions that some people took. And what they wanted for the game, in particular. Like, suggestions towards making the game better. Okay, oh no, my hate is towards is towards the politics of the game. That I actually hate. What stage? What stage? I guess I can go to seismic stage.
We have lost contact with Mighty Number 4, Seismic. This mine was his last known location.
Alright, so I should explain. The explanation area is where you would always get information from Call. However, it's not always on every stage. As you've noticed, like this stage doesn't have one. This stage doesn't have one. But this one does. And the reason for that is, whenever you save someone, you don't ever kill off your opponents, you save them. Kind of like how you would in Mega Man Powered Up. Whenever you did a Buster only run of that boss, you saved them, you didn't blow them up. And they got repaired. And essentially what that is in this game, when you save them, because that's all you could do, you get advice from the previous boss that you may have encountered. He mentioned something about a hole. Alright, so she may have mentioned more than what I intended, but the bosses, when you unlock them, they help you. They help you throughout the stages once you go to them. So it's kind of like the idea from X1. If you guys recall, if you fought Storm Eagle, and then you went to Spark Madrigal stage, Storm Eagle's boss arena, which was the giant jet, that crash lands into Spark Madrigal stage, and that turns off the electric traps because the generator is busted. So they kind of took that idea and just rolled it into all of the boss stages. So every time you beat a boss, you can go back to the stage, and now that boss will help you. Like, is there one for here?
Pyro here. I'm in. Cryo's certainly done a number on the place. I'll be fine. But Beck, you'll want to really watch your step. This is one slippery situation.
So, that one area that was like full of ice, Pyro will now just melt all the ice for me. So that's no longer an issue. But you'll get to see that actually in, well, action on this stage.
System ready? Go!
Beck, the last signal we received from Mighty Number 4's transponder originated in that area.
Maybe he stopped transmitting because he stopped functioning. Do you think he might be...
Impossible. Mick is one of my most resilient designs. Proceed, Beck. With all due caution.
That's more like it. That's more like it. That's more like it.
So, crap. How did that happen? Oh dear. That's a rookie mistake. That's what that was.
The last signal we received from Mighty Number 4's transponder originated in that area.
Maybe he stopped transmitting because he stopped functioning. Do you think
Blow that.
he might be...
Impossible. Mick is one of my most resilient designs. Proceed, Beck.
Yeah, so these enemies had a chuckle out of me the first time I saw them because they're just the enemy type that's in I believe it's in Melman stage.
That's more like
Warning. Beck's transponder signal
Whew,
is
that was
losing
close.
strength. We may lose our communication link.
Which might explain why we lost Mick's signal as he went deeper inside.
Amazing!
Carry on, Beck.
Roger that, Professor. That's more like it. Bring it. Bring. Bring. Huh? Whoa. Professor? Professor, can you read me? Well, there's no turning back now. I've gotta find Mick. That's more like
I think that's the line. Yes, that was. this.
That's more like it.
Take this, you pathetic pile of scrap. Man, toasters, you were tougher than that.
Back! What are you doing here?
Orders from the top brass, Private Beck. The professor himself sent me to provide cover fire.
I'll have to thank him. And you back. Thanks.
Please.
That's more like it. That's more like it.
Right, hold on to the ledge. It's strange, because I tried to do that on the fire stage, and that didn't work.
That's more like it. That's more like it. That's more like it. That's more like it. Bring it on.
Three, two, one. Fire! Ha! Hardly even worth the ammo. Forward now, Beck. Charge!
Mick! And still operational. Just as the professor predicted. You too? Then I'm sorry, Mick. I've got to take you down.
Pump ahead. Pump ahead.
Alright. I'm going for this boss fight.
Coming through. Pump ahead. Construction area. Keep out.
Really?
Pump
I moved forward. I know I moved forward. I moved forward twice just to be sure. Alright. That's fine.
Coming through. Coming through. Under construction. Coming through. Coming through. Pump ahead. Coming through. Fight, William. Pump ahead. Coming through. Destruction. Keep up.
Okay. Dash in the other direction. My mistake. More rookie mistakes.
That's for life.
Coming through. Hard-packed area. Coming through. Fight, William. Pump ahead. Coming through. Coming through. Pump ahead. Under construction.
Just a bit more, Mick. We'll get you straightened out and back to the professor. Mick!
Coming through.
Here
Pump
goes!
ahead. Under Coming through. Coming through.
Here goes! Come on! Snap out of it! Now!
Beck? Why Beck come? It's dangerous here.
Mission clear.
It was a rookie mistake, Sleeky. I shouldn't have gotten hit by those things. There's certain things I'm going to get hit by because of just the nature of the way I like to play, which is kind of berserker, kind of like just keep attacking as much as possible.
Yes, Senator. Oh, yes, our full resources are dedicated to resolving the... Yes, sir. Oh, that's very wise of you, sir. Thank you, sir. Yes. Idiot! Why are they hounding me about the problem and not torturing Blackwell to get the answer? This is twice that old goat has made me look like a fool! Oh! Cherry Dynamics, Gregory Graham speaking. Yeah, pleasure to hear from you, sir. Yes. Oh, yes, sir.
ahead and choose your next target.
Alright, so we got 3 more stages. I believe all of them should have their... Nope. I was lying. I forgot. In order to get his advice, you need to fight him. Didn't reach that level yet. I'm sure you're good. I'm sure you're good at these games. Alright. I guess I'm gonna have to get Capitol Building out the way because it's just as annoying of a level as the power plant is. I did get the explanation on this, I think.
Countershade appears to be leading a robot occupation of the Capitol building.
You, all set, then?
So this is some next level stuff. I didn't think the robots was going to just outright storm the Capitol building and try and grab political,
The Capitol building? What would number 8
political
be doing
people.
there? Of all places.
Huh, a fine question indeed.
Sniper fire? I detect no robots in the area capable of long-range gunfire.
Mighty number 8 won't show up on any of your instruments. All part of my design. Beck, Shade is somewhere in the building. Trace the sniper fire back to its source.
Bring it on. That's more like it. That's more like it.
Mighty number 8 signal has vanished. I have lost the target. My apologies.
It's not your fault. It's what I built him to do.
Run along now, little doggy. Run and fetch for your human masters.
He still has his sights on you, Beck. Be careful.
Where are you at? Back this way?
Wondering what happened to all the humans here, little doggy. They ran away. Cowards. Every single one of those meat sticks fled at the first sign of trouble. Pathetic.
Okay, he hijacked the Capitol building, never mind.
Here we go. Here we go. Bring it on. That's more like it. Bring it on. That's more like it. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Yeah, he's a well-known voice. I forgot who it was.
I'm not the only robot tired of the status quo.
Crap. I'm getting hit by this. I'm surprised I didn't.
Maybe you can be content serving the whims of these flesh bags, but not me. My first executive order as the first robot president will be to set all bots free.
Crap. I took so much damage there.
Need a little assistance, Spec?
I didn't wait. Oh dear. Man, I hope I got a checkpoint.
Sniper fire? I detect
Nope,
robots
did get
in
one.
the area capable of long-range gunfire.
Mining number 8 won't show up on any of your instruments. All part of my design. Beck, Shade is somewhere in the building. Trace the sniper fire back to its source.
That's more like it.
Good.
That's more like it.
Mighty number 8 signal has vanished. I have lost the target. My apologies.
It's not your fault. It's what I built him to do.
Run along now, little doggy. Run and fetch for your human masters.
He still has his sights on you, Beck. Be careful.
So I gotta stay away from the ones that glow in particular because he has like some trick shots with those.
Wondering what happened to all the humans here, little doggy. They ran away. Cowards. Every single one of those meat sticks fled at the first sign of trouble. Pathetic.
Bring it on. Bring it on. That. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Leave that one alone. Oh, the controls get all mixed up again.
Only robot tired of the status quo. Maybe you can be content serving the whims of these flesh bags, but not me. My first executive order as the first robot president will be to set all bots free.
Here we go. Here we go. I needed that.
Need a little assistance, Spec? No problem.
Stay away from that one.
That's what the sisters are for. I'll just put it on my charge cards.
Hey, thanks, Dinah.
Did you like my pun? You can do that one. How about you little shake yourself? Toodles!
Quick clear!
Bring it on. That's more like it. That's more like it. That's more like it. That's more like it.
Where did he go? I think I missed my chance to hit him.
Enough. It's time we settle this like robots. I'll meet you in my new office, little doggy.
I wish you fought him out here, but it is what it is.
Okay, now, little doggy. Let's see if you're all bark, or if you got some bite.
Listen to me, Shade. You're malfunctioning. Freedom doesn't require all this suffering.
Emancipation is worth any price, even if it costs human lives. Yours. Here. Dance, little doggy. Adios. Here.
Fight, brilliant!
Sloppy. Sloppy. Here. Need to be adios. Here. Sloppy. Sloppy. Here. Dance, okay. Adios. Here. Adios. Here. Adios. Here. Okay. So, will the humans give you a special treat for betraying your own kind, little doggy?
You've got it all wrong, Shade. I'm here because I want to help you.
Next time. Which is it?
Fight, brilliant!
Sloppy. Sloppy. Which is it? Dance, little doggy. Okay, adios. Which is it? Adios. Which is it?
Come on. Step out of it. Now.
So yeah, ice ability, really overpowered. It does damage even when you can't see the enemy.
Mission clear!
It's kinda like Metal Blade. You slaps on the enemy and it does so much damage.
Go ahead and choose your next target.
Okay, which stage do I make last? I guess Highway's the last stage. It's a really cool stage.
Beck, you there? Careful with these winds. They're throwing off my aim. Lost him again. I'm moving to get a better angle. Shade out.
Mighty Number 6, Aviator, has co-opted the television broadcast capabilities of this tower.
Right, Aviator, Avi.
All set?
God, that was his name.
System ready.
Yeah, Slinky, I believe it's the same guy that plays,
Mighty Number 6 must be
the
transmitted.
main character of
Sorry to make
Accuvades,
but it's all
the other game that it's based off of. I think he also plays Wolverine in the games as well. Yeah, he's a well-known actor. I just... names right now aren't with me.
That's more like it.
Testing, check 1, check 2, civilians. And now, live from Aussie News World Headquarters, continuing coverage of Nation in Crisis. As you can see, Aussie, the robot rampage is not letting up. It's chaos out here. Chaos! Will this be the end of our proud republic, or will a hero emerge to save the day? Whatever happens, Aussie News will be there. Your number one source for ethical journalism. We report, and you there do wherever you want. Until next time, good night and good luck.
So that one line of ethical journalism, hold on to that for a while.
That's more like it.
Sprinter.
Back. Grab that hula heli hoop to board the airship and
Steve Bloom, yes, yes.
your plan is
I want to say Steve Spiegel, but like, that's the Cowboy Bebop character.
Don't count
Spike
your
Spiegel.
arrows before they're smashed,
Spike Spiegel.
Santa. Look, he's been spotted.
That's more like it.
It's also going to be a little unoptimized here as well.
That's more like it. That's more like it.
For some reason, those enemies run at 14 frames a second. Everything else is fine, but for some reason, just those enemies. You will see Cryo shot a lot.
And now, Avi News traffic from the Avi 1 Eye in the Sky traffic copter. Avi! We have an accident about to happen on the airship, Avi. A piece of trash causing trouble. What? I mean, breaking news. The piece of trash brought a friend and he's no fun at all!
Couldn't get a beat on Avi, kid. Have to leave him up to you.
So normally that would be a wave of enemies, or I think a massive explosion. But yeah, getting counter shade helps. Now I don't have to deal with that part.
That's more like it.
Not only new cutscenes, you also get different cutscenes as well. Like they alter some of them, of the existing ones. Can I get off this thing? Thank you.
Just in, bad guys spotted on the west side of the radio tower. Bots are in pursuit. Now to Avi for the weather. Thanks, Avi. We've got strong winds out there today. Be careful.
So yeah, strange thing about the winds. You're not affected by them if you're just standing still. But if you still happen to jump, you start moving. You're really gonna make me start using these abilities. This is also another way you can just cheat it. If you don't screw up like that. I don't believe there's a way to cancel his drill down to Excel. Yep. No way to change it. Oh well. For the sake of not losing immediately from here, because this is quite possibly my most frustrating fight outside of the final boss for obvious reasons.
And now to Avi for the weather. Thanks, Avi. We got strong winds out there today. Be careful. Moments before he fell to his tragic death. Ooh, sorry, Beckham. Your segment is getting cut. Local boss at large. Update, found him.
Crap. He got back all his health. Crap. Alright. Time to use the other way I normally do this fight now that I, kind of learned I could do that. And it was using this ability. Though I guess I shouldn't. Because this isn't something people can use. But they can use this strategy. For sure.
We've got a cold front moving in from the east with a possibility of hail and falling robots. High pressure front coming up. Another. This just in. Headline. Boss attacks back. Correct.
Are you kidding me? I forgot I could just dash and lift myself into the air. The things you forget in the heat of the moment sometimes. Man. But yeah, that's how the cryo shot trick works.
We've got a cold front moving in from the east with a possibility of hail and falling robots. High pressure front coming up. Another attack.
Crap.
Headline. Boss attacks back. Correction. Twice. This just in.
that Smash Bros is paying off.
Local boss at large. Update, found him.
Crap, missed.
Please stand by.
I'm gonna get such a bad score on this one.
Area hero under fire. High pressure front coming up. Another attack. This just in. Headline. Boss attacks again. Direction. Twice. Local boss at large. Update. Found him. Please stand by. This just in. Local boss at large. Update, found him. Headline, boss attacks back. Direction, twice. One up.
Oh, great.
Get all that on tape. Please tell me we got all that.
She's gonna make me actually start dodging stuff. I can't out DPS him because I'm messing up. Oh, what are you giving me now?
Bring it on.
This ain't gonna help me.
This just in. Local boss at large. Update, found him. Please stand by. Headline, boss attacks back. Direction, twice. Local boss at large. Update, found him. Please stand by. This just in. Local boss at large. Update, found him. Headline, boss attacks back. Direction, twice. Local boss at large.
Missed.
Update, found him.
Shoot.
Please stand by.
Okay. Come on.
We've got a
Come on.
Ghost Front moving in from the east with the possibility of hail and falling robots. High pressure front coming up. Another. Headline. Boss attacks next. Direction. Twice. Local boss at large. Update. Found him. Please stand by. This just in. Local boss at large. Update, found him. Please stand by. Area hero under fire. High pressure front coming up. Another. This just in. Headline. Boss attacks back. Direction. Twice. Local boss at large. Update. Found him. Come on. Step out of it. Now.
you, Beckles? What are you doing up here?
Mission clear.
Man, I'm definitely not gonna beat this game in the 2-hour mark. I messed up so much. I took so much time in this level, Shade's level, and another one.
Will, you mean this whole robot rampage?
Oh, Pyro's level.
Is all
If I didn't make so many mistakes in those three, I would have at least gotten up to here.
the fault of a robot I developed
And done the next
long
level
ago.
by then.
The CDN 1201, Trinity. I designed her to evolve by assimilating other robots' capabilities. I found her custom scripts in the code we recovered from each of the Haywire Mighty numbers. The structure is clever, concise. It's brilliant. There's no doubt it's my code.
But Will, how is that possible? Cherry Dynamics shut down the Trinity project ages ago. In fact, it was Dr. Blackwell himself who stopped it, wasn't it? Back when he was Cherrydyne CTO. I always thought that project was the reason you left Cherry to come work with us and make Beck here.
Blackwell only saw the dangers. He never understood the potential.
Professor? Sir? Are you okay?
Oh. Oh, yes, Beck. Fine, more or less. Thank you. Zonda, I need some time to think. Can you handle Beck and the remaining mighty numbers?
Sure.
Alright, so Adam had asked, oh, what are the 3 robots that can do this thing?
Go ahead and
well,
choose
there's your answer.
next target.
Ray is one of them. She'll never come up in the story, so I mentioned her. There's Beck, obviously the one that you play as. But there's also this rogue Trinity that was a thing at some point.
Yeah, it's Mick. I got eyes on Brand, but getting through these nutso cars ain't easy. This could turn into a 50-car pileup any minute. Hate to ask, but I could use some help.
We have reports of automated vehicle malfunctions on the highway. Mighty number 7, Brandish, spotted.
You all set then?
Alright.
System ready? Go!
Brand! I'm warning you, Beck. Stay away!
Brand, wait! I'm going after him, Professor.
Affirmative, Beck. Just be sure to mind your step traversing those vehicles. Something about Mighty Number 7's voice. Maybe.
Good!
I needed that.
Nice clear!
Here we go. Here we go.
Yeah, I gotta remember this exists. Because that has invincibility frames. I should start using that.
I'm going on ahead so I can clear a path.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Sprinter!
Beck, you're heading into a tunnel. It might affect visibility. Be careful.
So that enemy just exists to annoy you. But if you're fast enough, you can just skip that enemy entirely.
Here we go. Bring it on.
Sprinter!
Here we go. 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 That's more like it. Here we go. That's more like it. That's more like it.
Really?
Bring it. Bring it on. Here we go.
Clear!
No power-ups. Okay, gotta be careful.
Erratic movement detected in several nearby robot-controlled vehicles.
That one's gonna be trouble. I'll stop it. Out of the way!
Well, I'm using this.
That's more like it. Bring it on.
Crap! I let go. I let go. Oh dear.
Warning, erratic movement detected in several nearby robot-controlled vehicles.
That one's gonna be trouble. I'll stop it. Out of the way!
That's more like it. Bring it on. Here we go. Bring it on.
Good!
Perfect, Beck. Perfect. Micro dash into downward spiral. Great. Perfect. That's exactly what you want to do. Just
Warning,
drive your body straight into the ground.
in several nearby robot-controlled vehicles.
That one's gonna be trouble. I'll stop it. Out of the way!
That's more like it. Bring it on. Here we go. Bring it on.
What are you doing now, man? I'm losing it here. I'm losing it. This is the last level, and look at what's happened to me.
Warning, erratic movement detected in several nearby robot-controlled vehicles.
That one's gonna be trouble. I'll stop it. Out of the way!
That's more like it. Bring it on.
What's Mega Man's ability? Copying weapons. The variable weapon system. Or is that X's?
Bring it on.
I told you, stay away.
Okay.
Bring it on.
I know I just said that enemy exists to annoy you. There it is. Adam, okay, you lost me. What do you mean the game?
Is he trying to resist the malfunction? But he's not like Beck.
Alright.
My blade's hunger.
I shouldn't have as much trouble as I did with Avi on this fight, but Brand sometimes surprises me.
I'm here to help. I've come to save you,
I
Brand.
do recall this fight.
No closer. One more step, and my blades will have their way with you.
Brand, tell me
Oh,
what's
Patchy
happening.
Slot Rockman? I have no idea.
I can't control myself.
I just see the design, that's all I know.
To save me. You must destroy me. Above, ha! Must slice, must dice. Yes. Above, ha! Predictable. Above, ha! Must destroy me. Yes. My body, my blades, they have a will all their own.
Fight it, Brand. I'll save you, I promise.
Ha! Ha! Yes. It's predictable. Above you. Safe.
Yeah, he's gonna kill me
Must die.
if I don't be careful.
This ends now.
Come on. Step out of it. Now.
Beck, I thank you.
Mission clear.
Alright, let me see that C. Yep. Do it. Will we get it? I don't know. We don't really do Patchy Slot here, do we?
Stupendous job, Beck. Come back to base, and then, let's see.
Professor, we're receiving an urgent call from Cherry Dynamics. I will patch it through.
Sonda! Sonda! Oh, Sonda. Thank goodness. Great Graham here.
Mr. Graham, what a pleasant surprise to hear from you.
It's gambling.
Drop the axe, Sonda. You don't like me and I don't like you. But we need your help. It's our factory here. It's out of control. It's cranking out hostile bots and we can't stop it.
Confirming. Confirmed.
You just turn off the factory.
Cherry Dyn robots are rampaging throughout the city.
Gadzooks, that is not good. We'll send help right away. Right, William?
Yes, of course. But, Mr. Graham, one question. What makes you so sure Blackwell is behind this?
Sonda, who is this idiot? Whom else would it be, boy? That smelly old fart is obviously out for revenge. Now stop asking stupid questions and send help!
Whoa. Pleasant as always, that Mr. Graham.
Sonda, I'll take the mighty numbers and handle the situation at the robot factory. You take call and find Dr. Blackwell at the prison.
You mean go myself to the prison? Like, actually, physically go there? I suppose it's the only way to contact Dr. Blackwell under the circumstances. But are you sure you don't want to swap missions? I think you, of all people, would want to see him, right?
On the contrary, I'd be quite content to never see him again for the rest of my life.
Who is Duo Big Man?
tackle
Duo is a robot from outer space, and he is out in search of defeating all forms of evil energy where it exists. And originally he was fighting a space robot that was full of the stuff, and in the middle of their fighting, they kind of both took each other out and crash landed onto Earth, and that is where Wily found the remains of the robot that contained the evil energy and started using it on all the robots in Mega Man 8. Whereas Dr. Light found Duo and repaired him. Because I assume Duo won the fight, but like it kind of took its toll on him. But yeah, that's what happened. So, what mission do I go to? Yeah, I guess this one.
You all.
So I'll show off the abilities real quick. Because I don't think I'll have a chance to do them otherwise. So, kind of like Mega Man Powered Up, and also Mega Man Maverick Cut to X. I guess does 7 and 8 allow you to? I don't think X7 and X8 allow you to refight the bosses. But in this game, because it's basically a time attack style of game, you are able to fight the bosses again. Whereas in other Mega Man games, you don't normally get to do that. However, they allow you to do that later on in Mega Man 11 once you actually beat the entire game. Which I didn't know amidst all my complaining to do so. But that's a thing. So, I'm going to show up the abilities real quick. This is the ability that you get for being a backer. And it's the cell ability. It allows you to make 3 sentry bots at different angles and in different formations.
That'll do. Lick, that'll do. Lick, lick, lick. There.
And they go off whenever they see something. This one you've seen me use before. It allows you to fire like a crack shot. Mega Man 8? Yeah, I do. I own it on PlayStation 3. The fire shot, you've seen me use this before. It does damage over time. It freezes things. When it freezes them, it gives you the ability to... It gives you the opportunity to excel through them. This is the body explosion ability from Pyro. You could charge up the meter. So obviously the more you charge it up, the bigger the explosion. See me use this one a few times. It allows you to apply this, I forgot what these tandem coils or whatever. And if you're in front of the enemy, you start sapping their energy and it automatically allows you to just excel through them without actually having to do the process. This is a tackle of some sort. You can also just Mario Kart it. Well, not Mario Kart it, but Mario it, where you can just bounce off of enemies' heads and keep going. That's all this ability does. I think it allows you to go on spikes, but don't quote me on that. I don't think it actually allows you to. That may have just been part of the concept art. You've seen me use this one before. It fires a shot that ricochets around and homes in on the target. That's basically it. Actually, let me check this again. Nope, doesn't do anything special. This ability allows you to throw a boomerang attack, basically. Boomerang cutter, whatever. But it also allows you to jump higher and to hover. And on Aviator stage, it allows you to just ride the air currents there. So that's a plus. Okay, so I can round trip it. Nice. Totally forgot. This is probably the ability that has... Okay, so I can do that as well. Nice. This ability probably has the most use. It just gives you a Strider slash. But you can also hold it down like this. But you can just use this whenever you want. So if you just want a melee weapon, you now have a melee weapon to just use at your leisure. Let me see if I can just empty it out real quick. Yeah, so I just have a melee weapon now. And it's pretty decent too. Like, one slash will do it. Cyber Shout. Yeah, it looks good. I like it. I want to get the other Ninja game that was out though. The one where you go from
Go ahead and choose
NES to Super NES graphics. But that is it for today. I'm done for now. I'm gonna come back to this tomorrow. The Messenger, yes, that's the game. I want to play The Messenger a lot, along with Cyber Shadow. There's a lot of good games coming out lately. A lot of classic retro style games, which I'm happy about. I'm also gonna have to play my Azure Striker Gunvolt for you guys one of these days. I'll have to play Azure Striker Gunvolt. I'm gonna have to play Shantae, not Shantae's and the Pirate's Curse. Shantae Half Genie Hero. I need to still play Half Genie Hero. Because I just heard Shantae 4 is going to be a thing. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think that's the 4th game. Either the 4th or the 5th one. Pretty sure it's the 4th. But they just announced that it's going to be a thing, so I should really get on that. Because I have not played Half Genie Hero just yet. But of course, once my situation with funds and stuff like that, to be able to buy additional games for you guys to see, once that's sorted out for me again, I'll start doing that sort of stuff. For now, you're just gonna have to bear with me through this transition period of not only that, but trying to figure out what I want to do for my channel a bit more. Because there's definitely some changes that need to be done. this year just hasn't been as fruitful as the previous year. Even though I've kind of made the strides to do a bit more, especially with like trying to do more stuff with YouTube lately, and I haven't seen much of progress there. So I'll definitely go back to the drawing board on that. But yeah, like I said, you will see more of this tomorrow. There's not much more to the game left. There is 3 levels left, and then I will go on to replay the game as Ray. And replaying the game as Ray is a lot faster because Ray's damage output is just off the charts, and she is a close quarters combat character, so yeah, there's not really much I would need to do there, like staying back, making sure I don't take damage. Where she's all about the damage, because the way she works, well, I won't spoil that. Will you get damages as Ray? No, that's impossible. Alright, I'm just going to say it now. The reason why it's impossible because she damages herself. Playing as Ray is, I'm just going to show it. I'll just show it.
Go ahead and choose your...
The VR training.
Attention. Return to the... Mighty number 9!
Oh, no, I'm not doing a level. I'm just showing you what happens.
System ready? Go!
So for one thing, she gets her own intro stage music. But I'm sure you'll notice it here, like, I'm not doing anything. My hands are off the controller. She's just taking damage on her own. And that is because of story reasons that I'll explain once I get there. Do not worry about that. Just note that that's how Ray as a character works. And now I'm back at full health. Enemy hit me. So now I can't be healed back past that point. There you go. Nemo. What's Nemo? Streaming service. Nemo streaming service? That's a thing. I'll look into it. I'll look into it and consider it. But I do like Twitch. I like Twitch. And honestly, if I just learned more editing with with this sort of thing, I would just upload my edited content onto Twitch as well. That's still a thing I want to do, but I'm going to leave that sort of thing for another time. Basically, there's just a podcast I want to start doing called Off the Controller. Or Off the Game. Yeah, Off the Game. Off the Game, Off the Games, I'm not sure yet, but it's just good to be like a more solo thing and more like this. More like these little small talks that I give lately. So I might do something like that. And I'll leave that as a topic for another time. Alright, so I'm done. Like I said, you will see more of this tomorrow. You will see more games as well this entire month. It's not going to just be a single day of April Fool's stuff. It will be the entire month. I will try to get out as many of the quote-unquote bad games, but also the so bad it's good type of games as well. And also the games that I enjoy but are considered bad games. Kind of like this one. So you will see an entire month of that. That is going to be the entire month of April, or at least for about as many games as I have that I can play on stream, because my Wii and Wii U aren't working right now, so I can't use any of those games in my library. But anything from PlayStation 4, from PlayStation 3, and from PC, I will I'll use. So you're going to be seeing Jet Gunner again. That game that I just didn't like, and I'm going to be playing that again. And subject myself to that torture. Well, don't hurt yourself too much thinking about like trying to find it for me, Slinky. If you just so happen to find it, just send it to me as a whisper on Twitch or Discord. You know how to find me, Slinky. In any case, take care, everyone. Be safe. Have fun with your games. I'm out. And again, thank you, Adam, and thank you, Slinky. And there was a third person that was also here. Whoever you may have been multiple times, I thank you for watching. I also thank you all who may be watching this later on YouTube. Alright. See you, everyone.